Hello viewers, I'm Saurav from the studio and you are watching Rundown only on Prag Digital. Let's get on the top stories of the day. Azara police arrested 11 fake army men found wandering around Borjhar airport. A total of 11 persons were held by Azara police near Lokapriya Gopinath Bordoloi International Airport, who were loitering around near the airport wearing fake army dresses last night. The Azara police got onto action after acting on a tip of arrested the 11 fake army men from the location. A vehicle was also recovered from their possession. At present, the police is carrying out investigation on the alleged fake army men and identification of the persons are underway. The police is suspecting of a bigger ring involved in this incident and are on the lookout for the others involved if any. One held for trashing journalists for reporting on illegal gambling. Palashbari police officials on Monday night detained a person in connection to the trashing of Assam Protidin journalist Milan Mohanto, who was tied to a light post and beaten up for reporting on gambling activities in Guwahati's Mirza on Saturday. According to reports, the accused, identified as Diganto Das, had gone into hiding and based on a tip-off was apprehended at Langapara in Maniari Tiniali area. The accused is in police custody and interrogation is underway. According to the sources, the journalist named Milan Mohanto was shopping at a local market in a man when named Sanjay Thakuria confronted Mohanto with a few other men and started abusing him for reporting on illegal gambling. He was then subsequently dragged, tied to a light post and trashed brutally. Mohanto was later rescued after a large crowd gathered around the incident area and took him to a nearby pharmacy to get him checked up. AK-47 weapon and bullets recovered in Assam's Baksa ahead of BTC polls. With the election in the Bodoland Territorial Council just around the corner, more sophisticated weaponry has been recovered in the region, this time in the Baksa district. The recoveries were made on Saturday evening in an area falling under the Borbari police station in the district. A police official informed that the authorities recovered an AK-47 rifle along with 41 live ammunition and a magazine. Last night, Baksa police officials under Sub-Inspector Pranab Jyoti Kalita undertook an operation based on secret information. The officials have said that they are trying to find out which group or organization the AK-47 rifle belongs to. Now let's have a look at today's national news headlines. India's daily COVID cases have gone below 30,000 for the first time in over 4 months. India recorded new COVID-19 infections in the last 24 hours, less than 30,000 in a day for the first time in over 4 months. With this, the country's total COVID case count since the January outbreak stands at 88,74,291. In one-day period, 49 people lost their life to COVID-19, taking the overall fatalities to 1,30,519. The daily case count has dropped to under 30,000 for the first time since July 15, when India logged 29,429 fresh infections. The country's COVID chart rose steadily after that to more than 90,000 cases a day in mid-September, the peak of India's first coronavirus wave, which was declined steadily since October. A 7-year-old girl was mercilessly killed and her liver pulled out for occult practice in Uttar Pradesh. A 7-year-old girl was found dead in Uttar Pradesh, Kanpur on Sunday with her liver extracted. The police suspect that the accused also tried to rape her. The police said a childless couple in the village paid 1,000 to 2 men who are neighbors of the child to perform an occult ritual so that the couple could have children. The 2 men allegedly kidnapped the girl on Saturday night. The man, drunk, first tried to rape her and then killed her. The police said after this, they allegedly extracted the liver from the girl's body and took it to the couple as part of the ritual. Some other body organs were also found missing after the recovery of the body. Delhi police averted a major terror attack after the arrest of 2 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists from Delhi's Sarai Kale Khan area. Delhi police has nabbed 2 suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists and foiled a major attack on the national capital on Monday night. Delhi Police Special Cell made the arrest, preventing a major terror attack in Delhi. Officials are now questioning the two suspected terrorists who were arrested from Sarai Kale Khan in Delhi. According to Delhi official police, a trap was laid near Millennium Park in Sarai Kale Khan around 10:15 p.m. on Monday night. The two suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists have been identified as residents of Jammu and Kashmir. Abdul Latif Mir, son of Sanaullah Mir, is a resident of Pala Mohalla in Baramulla. He is 22-year-old, and Muhammad Ashraf Khatana, son of Bashir Ahmed, is a resident of Hatmula village in Kupwara, who is 20-year-old. Now let's have a look at today's international news headlines. Armenia's foreign minister resigns amid turmoil over Nagorno-Karabakh truce. Armenian Foreign Minister Zohrab Kanyan has quit his post in the most significant departure of a government official following a deal last week that ended fierce fighting with Azeri forces over the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh. The resignation, announced by the ministry's spokeswoman in a Facebook post on Monday, comes as pressure is rising on Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan to step down. Thousands of demonstrators protested last week to demand his resign over a ceasefire that secured territorial gains for Azerbaijan after 6 weeks of battles that resulted in the deaths of more than 2,300 Armenian servicemen. Azerbaijan has not disclosed its military casualties. Hurricane Lota hits Nicaragua, threatening catastrophic damage. Hurricane Lota has made landfall on Nicaragua's Caribbean coast, threatening catastrophic damage to the same part of Central America, already battered by equally strong Hurricane Eta less than 2 weeks ago. Lota had intensified into a dangerous Category 5 storm early on Monday, but the U.S. National Hurricane Center said it weakened slightly to Category 4, with maximum sustained winds of 155 miles per hour. It made landfall about 30 miles south of the Nicaraguan city of Puerto Cabezas, also known as Bilwi. The storm came ashore just 15 miles south of where Hurricane Eta made landfall on 3rd November. Also as a Category 4 storm, Eta's torrential rains had saturated the soil in the region, leaving it prone to new landslides and floods, and residents were also worried about a storm surge with Lota. Intelligence probe into Beirut. Explosion lays out liabilities. A detailed report by Lebanon's elite information branch intelligence agency has found a host of state officials and security agencies responsible for a massive explosion in Beirut's port in August that killed some 200 people. The 350-page report, which has been handed to the public prosecutor's office but not made public, drew on investigation by the information branch itself. In addition to probes by the military, police and judiciary in the days after August 4 explosion that destroyed large parts of the capital, injured more than 6,500 people and initially left hundreds of thousands homeless. Now let's have a look at today's sports headline. Daniil Medvedev wins with underarm serve at ATP Finals. Daniil pulled off an underarm serve as he outlasted Alexander and joined Novak Djokovic as a winner at the ATP Finals on day 2. Mahadev prevailed 6-3, 6-4, while Djokovic cruised past finals debutant Diego 6-3, 6-2 in an empty O2 arena. Djokovic and Medvedev will now meet on Wednesday to secure the group lead. Medvedev led 4-3, 30-30 in the second test when he surprised Rev with a quick underarm serve. It brought German to the net and he lost the point when his backhand block volley flew long. Luis Suarez to miss Brazil clash after testing positive for COVID-19. Uruguay's top goal scorer Luis Suarez has tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss their World Cup qualifier against Brazil, local football chief said on Monday. The positive test also means Suarez will miss his club Atletico Madrid's La Liga outing against Barcelona, which would have been the first time he ran out against his former team, Uruguay, who have not beaten Brazil since 2001. Host the Brazilians minus an injured Neymar in Montevideo on Tuesday. Brazil topped the round-robin South American qualifying group for the 2022 finals in Qatar with 9 points from 3 games. Argentina are on 7, Ecuador on 6 and Uruguay on 6 points. Soon Melbourne will come up with the tennis hub. The Australian Open and all the regular interstate lead-up tournaments for the season's first tennis major will be staged in Melbourne in January. In a bid to minimize risk for players travelling and quarantining during the COVID-19 pandemic, Tennis Australia will transfer the tournaments from Sydney, Brisbane, Port Adelaide and Hobart to Melbourne, where a quarantine and practice hub will be set up for the sport's elite players. Australia's international borders are restricted and there is still differing domestic travelling restrictions between states. Tennis Australia said logistics, including draws and scheduling, were being worked through for the weeks ahead of the Australian Open, which is due to start January 2018. Some professional sports competitions in Australia, including National Rugby League, the Australian Football League and Super Rugby, went ahead with some players living and playing in biosecure hubs during the season. That's all from today's news headline. Thank you for watching Prag Digital.